Hello everybody, I'm Gary, and welcome to another episode of Physical Format Rock and Roll, where we talk about all things rock and roll and classic metal. Hopefully everybody is healthy and safe around the holiday times here, and you're enjoying yourself and listening to some good music. So hopefully tonight's episode will be kind of a fun little episode that we'll do, and I'm kind of really hoping to get some audience participation on this one. I'd really like to hear from you after this episode. So what I'm going to talk about is my top 5 remakes, right? When one of our favorite artists takes a song that was previously done by somebody else and does their own version of it. All right. So starting off at number 5, we have Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You by Led Zeppelin. That's off their first album, of course, and wow, I just love that song. It was originally done by Ann Breeden in the late 1950s, but then a little more famously done by Joan Baez in 1962. And that was the version that Jimmy Page and Robert Plant were familiar with. And they did their own little remake of it. And it's one of those songs that exemplifies what Led Zeppelin is so good at. The whole light, dark, soft, heavy type thing that they do with those songs. It's got all the acoustic stuff, but then it, just comes in there, da-da-da-da-da, boom, da-da-da-da-da, all that stuff. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs off that first album. So that's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, we have The Green Manalishi with the Two-Pronged Crown, right? By Judas Priest. It appeared off their 1979 album Hellbent for Leather or Killing Machine, depending on what part of the world you are in. And then, of course, it was also a little more famously done on the fantastic Unleashed in the East, their famous live album. Now, this song was originally done by Peter Green. He wrote this song while he was still in Fleetwood Mac. Matter of fact, I think it might have been one of the last things he did with Fleetwood Mac. And Green Manalishi, people are like, what the hell is that? Anyway, Peter Green, evidently, who was heavily into LSD at the time, had a dream about a dog, basically a hellhound, as in Robert Johnson, hellhound on my trail type thing. He said it's a hellhound from the devil trying to get money. He was having money disagreements with the rest of the band at the time. So that's the origin of that song. But Judas Priest's version is coming in at number 4. Number 3 might be a song that some of you have heard of. I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. This, of course, appeared on her I Love Rock and Roll album from 1982. A massive hit for Joan Jett that really broke her big worldwide. And that was originally done by the Arrows, a band called the Arrows in 1975. They never really had much of a hit with it. Joan Jett put her spin on it, made a fantastic song, a super cool video, and boom, there it was. That's coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have Hurt by Johnny Cash. This is from his American Recordings album, Volume 4, in 2002. Rick Rubin was producing these albums for Johnny Cash, and he did a lot of remakes. I could have actually done a whole episode of that, really fantastic remakes that Johnny Cash has done during that time period and over the course of his career. But this particular one, which was originally done in 1995 by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails. That's also a pretty good version. But even Trent himself now has said, this is Johnny Cash's song. He said, this is Johnny's song. He owns this song. And, when you listen to it, you believe it. It's probably one of the most moving remakes of any song ever done. It's just such an emotional version of this song. The pain in his voice in his song is almost hard to listen to. Of course, they made a pretty cool video to go along with it. And, you know, Johnny being at the end of his life and already having health issues, and he'd lost his wife, and it's just an amazing, amazing version of this song by a fantastic artist, Johnny Cash. Coming in at number 1, can anybody guess it? All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. Wow, what an amazing song, right? This comes off of his Electric Ladyland album, released in 1967. This was originally done by Bob Dylan. The crazy thing is, so this was done, this was put out 2 months, I think 2 months after Bob Dylan had put his version out, which was on his John Wesley Harding album. Jimi Hendrix had got an advance copy of that album, and he had already decided, hey, I'm redoing this song. I think he had another song in mind at first, and the title escapes me at the moment. But then he decided, no, he's going to do All Along the Watchtower. So he was already working with Eddie Kramer on his album and redid that. And of course, the rest is history. You know, a lot of people don't even know that that was originally done by Bob Dylan. And it's been redone by plenty of people first. Jimi Hendrix was a big fan of Bob Dylan. It was one of his all-time favorite artists. And he loved the words that Bob Dylan would do. Of course, Jimi Hendrix had one of his first hits was Hey Joe, which was a remake. And this one, probably one of the most epic classic rock songs of all time, right? You're bound to hear it on the radio, but it's one of the few that I do not get sick of. The lyrics in the song, they lead to some pretty great imagery. And you can kind of use your imagination on it. And Jimmy sings this song with great conviction. It's a type of song that's made for him too, right? Because he can kind of talk, sing it type thing. And, you know, and he can convey it. The way he sings it, it's like, it just seems believable. And of course, what amazing guitar work is in it. You know, I mean, that's what really helps set this thing on fire. It's just a fantastic song to listen to, and it's one that I've heard forever, and I don't get tired of that song. So coming in at number 1 is All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix. A couple honorable mentions I just want to throw in is Stayed Awake All Night by Crocus, which was, of course, originally done by Bachman Turner Overdrive. That's a fantastic remake. And Aerosmith's version of Come Together from the Beatles, which was on the, they made it for the film, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, which is a horrible movie, but that song there is fantastic. So, hey, let's hear it from you guys. I want to hear some of your comments and stuff. What are your favorite remakes? You know, what would be your top 5? Really want to hear from you guys on this one in the comments. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate everybody out there who watches this channel and who comments on it. It's so much fun. I love doing this, and I want to be able to keep doing it. I want the channel to grow. So, you know, I love hearing from everybody. I really appreciate every single person out there who watches any of these videos. And, you know, Merry Christmas to everybody out there. I hope you have a great holiday, and, you know, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you, as always, down the road.